Okay. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Keith here. Hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, and loving life. We're going to talk about abusing the temple today. And that temple is the body. This is something I've spoken on before, and it coincidentally came about today while I was watching another video. And I wanted to make sure I bring it out that these people know exactly what's going on. These people know that it is a matter of the land warfare. It is a war on the land. Okay. And these are the rules that they operate by. And you cannot convince me that they do not know at many levels what's going on, because the level that they express it at is at the lowest level in the commercial venue through the policy enforcers known as police. Okay, so let's get into this. Like I said, I found a video. And this video says, watch, full colon stop, space, the Texas police show how to handle Antifa. Okay? Now, this video is there's a link to this. There's the title of the video and a link in the details section down below to the main videos here. It will be on YouTube with Hecklebus and El Perro, as well as Facebook on my private profile there, Keith Little, El Hotepsek, and we Perro. Now, what I want everybody to pay attention to is this is a video that starts back here. It says, the following video contains content that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. You're supposed to use your own discretion. I talk about this all of the time. Paul talks about this all of the time. You have to be able to discern things for yourself. And the only way that you can discern things for yourself is by having the knowledge. This means you have to do the research. You have to have some kind of observable experience that you can record so that then you can report. And remember, this is a pathway. This is a course of dealing. Coin your words or purse your lips. So when we talk about the abuse of the temple, and we go forward in this video, as you watch this video, I'm not going to play it. Like I said, the link is down below, and it's a 4-minute and 56-second video that you should watch. But it shows in the beginning it shows that people are already there. Now, these people come over and they show them coming from this corner. Remember, there's 4 corners, right? So they come over. He's the one that instigated the violence. He's the one that assaulted these temples. These are temples. Every little flag is the one that violated these temples by pulling that canister out and spraying shit on it. Okay? Now, as it goes, he's going to leave the scene. He's going to put that canister back. Somebody else comes. Okay? Now, he just left the scene. These 2 people just came over to the scene. Now, watch the. You see this on his jacket? That's a sign, people. That's a sign that's saying that this body is a temple. That sign is saying this is a body, a temple body, and it is in the midst of land warfare. What I want to show is if this guy is wearing any armor, he is using that in false consideration. He is not acting as a peaceful temple, but he is perpetrating violence. So let's see what the rules of land warfare say about that. This is the rules of land warfare. As you can see here in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner. And it says buildings and areas to be protected. Okay? And then it says in sieges and bombardments. He's the one that bombarded the other people. Okay? He's the one that bombarded their temples. And it says all necessary measures must be taken to spare, as far as possible, buildings dedicated to religion, art, science, or charitable purposes, historic monuments, hospitals, and places where the sick and wounded are collected, provided they are not being used at the time for military purposes. Provided they are not being used at the time. At the time, buildings to be spared, places, in sieges and bombardments, all necessary measures must be taken to spare as far as possible. Buildings dedicated to religion. Were you built on the foundation of a spiritual structure? Is that what constitutes you? It is the duty of the besieged to indicate the presence of such buildings or places by distinctive and visible signs, which shall be notified to the enemy beforehand. Beforehand. See also GC Articles 18 and 19. This is Geneva Convention. This is the Ultimate Treaty of Peace. Articles 18 and 19. Par section 257 and 258 herein, where it's going to state the exact same stuff, like wording, dealing with the identification and protection of civilian hospitals. Now, what I want to make a point here is, if you do not see one of those black and white diagonal signs on a hospital, then it is not a civilian hospital. If it's a civilian hospital, it has to have a signage stating that it's a civilian hospital. And that area to be protected, in order to protect buildings used for medical purposes from being accidentally hit, it is desirable that the wounded and sick, if possible, be concentrated in an area remote from military objectives, remote from military observance, or in an area neutralized by arrangement with the enemy. That's an armistice. That's a peace treaty. That's what the Geneva Convention is. Articles 14 and 18 and 19, par section 253, 257, and 258, again reiterating those same things, including 14. Concerning the establishment of hospital and safety zones and localities. 46, such buildings to display signs specified in the Naval Treaty. The treaty provision provided. Okay, provided It is the duty of the inhabitants to indicate such monuments, edifices, or places by visible signs, which shall consist of a large, stiff, rectangular panel divided diagonally into two colored triangular portions, the upper portion black, the lower portion white. Upper portion black, the lower portion white. Rectangular. Application of rule. The foregoing rule adopted. Adopted. It's a rule. It's not a law. It's an adoption of a rule. And it's called the land or the law of land warfare. In this convention, Geneva Convention, for naval warfare may be adopted for protecting buildings under bombardment in land warfare. This is a preventive measure. This is a preventive measure that I take myself. And I've said it before, in my own little den. In my own little den, my own little room, I post it. On the back door, I post it. On the front door, I post it. If you guys don't understand what's going on, please take your time, have patience, and do your research so you know. This is important, inherent stuff that you should know in order to be able to enforce your powers. Use of foregoing for military purposes. The besieging forces are not required to observe the signs indicating inviolability of the buildings that are known to be used for military purposes. Therefore, the gentleman with all the armor using it on his armor itself could very well be open to attack, return force from those other people, and he would have no defense. He was proclaiming a temple in himself. That's foreign in all cases. It's a detachment. Yet he attached it to the military armor. That's the fraud. Now he's open to attack because he's the one that, in fact, attacked what he knew to be a military force, whether they were weaponized or not, because there was no indication that they were not a military force, where he, wearing his armor, indicated that he was not a military force. Pillage forbidden of a town or place, even when taken by assault, is prohibited. There is a clause, I will have to find it, but there's a clause that also states that in these operations, and this is why I mentioned the amnesty and armistice, in these operations, if they come across a building that has such a thing on it, they're supposed to recognize the armistice in place. So if they come up with their signage, I have preemptive, prevailing, ultimate, superior powers indicated. Not that I actually have them, but they're indicated, and they're supposed to take notice. Proper notice is given according to the Geneva Convention, which is that naval treaty which they operate under. See, they get their law enforcement authority from the Marines, the naval forces known as the Coast Guard. See, the Navy puts forth both the Coast Guard, which is coast guarding the territorial boundaries under 18 U.S.C. 7, special maritime territorial jurisdiction. And that is the application of the administration of those laws internally to the enforcement of policies of those administrations. And that is the Marines. Post offices are known to be inland marine installations, and this is where you're supposed to post your shit if you're not domestic, if you're not a citizen or a denizen, you're a foreign entity. Think about this stuff. I'm going to take a quick look at the comments. I do want to show appreciation for everybody that's come into the video today. In the meantime, I do have another video coming up here in just over an hour. So hope everybody tunes in for that. And I don't see, oops, I'm on the wrong one. No wonder. Okay. So let's say, greetings, Benja, R. Singer, Bohydrus, London McLovin, R. Singer, Freedom Grower, Love Truth, Citizen Science Oral Health Project, Sophia, I Am the Tao. Welcome everybody, Damsel Medic, Yeti Life. I am the fallen slaves us all. Greetings, Mitch Lovin, glad to see you. Dean Phillips. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. There is a PayPal link there if you want to share some love. In the meantime, I hope to see you here shortly, just a little over an hour. We're going to be talking about, did you get sucker punched? Are you a survivor? Because that's what it is. It's a big sucker punch. And so I hope you pay attention. The sucker punch is the language. Did you take a drink of the English punch? The English language is all colorful. What color did you drink? So think about this stuff, and we'll see everybody later. God bless. Remember, I love you, but I don't give a fuck whether you love me back. What I really care about is that you don't believe me, you don't believe your neighbor, you don't believe the government, and you sure as hell, for crying out loud, don't believe your mother. Do your research so you know. God bless y'all.